What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in and watching and listening to my rants and rambles. I appreciate your appreciation of my videos, and I love every single one of you guys. If you think you're rotten, I still love you. If you think you're king, you're queen, I still love you. We're going to talk about, should you stop smoking weed? From my perspective, from my opinion, and my experience. And I'm going to take this video as a chance to invite you to trust your own subjective experience and honor that above all else. If your own subjective experience tells you, I should stop smoking weed, clearly things are not working for you. You're munching on junk food, you're lazy, you're lethargic, you're stereotypical lazy stoner, and you feel an urge inside of you to wanna do something more. That's your own subjective experience. God essentially kicking your ass, telling you, hey, motherfucker, get off the ganja and get to work, if that's how you're feeling. But if you're someone who's living in a state of harmony and everything in your life is beautiful and you don't have this urge to do something else or change your life or whatever, everything's harmonious and you're smoking ganja every day. You're getting high every day. I don't see why you should stop smoking weed, you know? I don't see why I should stop drinking tea every morning. It's good. It's herbal. You know, it's a herb. Well, the marijuana is a herb. And as far as we know, there are little to no side effects from even long-term use. Maybe something on your memory, but actually there's so many benefits for it. And the only reason why marijuana hasn't been legalized everywhere, pharmaceutical companies, they've been fighting it all these years because they know it's going to take a lot of business from them. So, you know, on the other hand, of people who are actually productive and happy and harmonious who smoke weed, I have two examples. Bob Marley is number one. His music, his philosophy, everything that Bob Marley stands for is inspired by his regular consumption of ganja, right? And you have a guy like Joe Rogan who's so successful now, and he's got a podcast that has millions of people, and he's got stand-up comedy that's successful. He's a successful person. And he says, weed makes me 20% better. All power to him. All power to him. Why should he stop smoking weed? You know, he tried that whole sober October thing for a month. And he's like, yeah, it was cool, but I mean, I still don't see the reason why I should stop smoking weed. Right? It makes me 20% better. Well, that's his own subjective experience. You know? Trust it. That the thing is, we keep hearing whispers from other people. Your friend, you might have like an annoying sober friend that's telling you, bro, you know, I've been sober. By the way, that used to be me. Bro, I've been sober of everything. I stopped smoking. I stopped this. I'm feeling great, bro. You should stop smoking weed. You should stop smoking weed. And your sober friend is just trying to impose on you his truth. His truth might very well be true to him. It's like, yeah, if your friend goes back to smoking weed and smoking cigarettes or whatever, his life is gonna go back to being shittier. But he's trying to impose his truth on you. And now, your truth is, I'm better on marijuana, but now you're hearing his whispers, his suggestion, and because we've all been brought up not to trust our own subjective experience and take our truths from institutions and others, other than ourselves, you start to question. It's like, oh man, maybe I should stop smoking weed. Like one of you guys left me a comment saying, bro, the weed's making me stronger in the gym. Should I stop smoking weed? I'm like, right there is the answer. You just answered your own question. You told me, bro, weed is making me stronger in the gym. It's making me this. Why should you smoke? Why should you quit then? You're probably just hearing because someone suggested to you. It's like, no, trust it. How about quit it and see how you feel, right? Try and quit it, okay? You know, instead of asking, just try. Like, okay, let me get off ganja for a week. And see, go to the gym, see how you feel. How are your interactions with other people? How do you feel? How is your thought process? How is everything in your life? And then determine which truth it is true for you. You see? Trust that thing, man. Trust that intuition. Trust yourself. Don't listen to people. Don't listen to suggestions. Everybody's got their own version of truth and everybody's trying to suggest it to you. Let's share my truth with you guys as far as marijuana goes. And don't follow it. It's just my truth. That's why I don't preach. In this video, I'm not telling you to stop smoking or not stop smoking. I'm telling you, if you want to stop watching the video right now and just be like, okay, fuck this guy, he's talking too much, trust your own subjective experience. That's my answer. Now, let's share my truth with you guys. Marijuana makes me fucking lazy. It makes me lethargic. It makes me cloudy. It doesn't make me think clear. And it doesn't align with what I'm predisposed to do. I want to be productive at this stage in my life. I want to continue to produce content. I just finished my book. I'm going to be starting coaching. There's going to be a course coming up. Lots of things. And marijuana doesn't personally help me with that. It helps others. For some people, marijuana makes them productive as a motherfucker, right? Not for me, not my truth. But who am I to come and tell you you should stop smoking weed? Because it isn't my truth. When for many other people, the truth is, they're like 10 times more productive on marijuana and they get shit done and they feel good and they feel happy and they feel harmonized and they feel more introspective. For me, none of these effects happen. For me, marijuana, just the way it acts on me, maybe I'm wired that way, DNA, whatever, I don't know. It just makes me lazy. I don't like the feeling of it. I don't like it. So, I stopped. I think I haven't had any marijuana in my system. I don't know, maybe 9 months, 10 months by now. I don't know when, honestly, it might be years before I go back to the ganja again, depending on how my life changes, right? Not in this stage. In this stage, what I found to really agree with me, my subjective experience, is LSD. I microdose LSD every day. And in fact, I am 60% of the time, I'm microdosed every time. And you know what? That's my own version of truth. And I don't have to fucking listen to people. I tried it. I'm like, this works for me. I like it. It makes me fucking introspective. It makes me feel good. It makes me harmonized. It makes me productive. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go with it then, right? It scratches my back. It scratches. It's the drug that scratches my back. Now, for you guys who are gonna say, oh, you know, shouldn't you just be sober and that's your natural state? You know, like, come on, like, stop promoting drugs because drugs are bad. Okay, I'm not promoting. I'm just sharing experience. Number one. Number two, sobriety is an illusion. You're never sober. I'm not sober right now. I just took a cold shower. If you think I'm sober, you're out of your mind. I have endorphins running in my body right now. I feel really good right now. I have adrenaline because of all the breathing, you know, and I have the microdose inside of me. And probably a bunch of other drugs that are happening right now. You know, it's like, come on. Sobriety is an illusion. It doesn't exist. Look at, if you think you're someone who's sober, you might be taking pharmaceuticals, a headache, Advil or something, or painkillers. You might just finish the surgery and you need painkillers. You're on some kind of something. And if you think you're not on any of this stuff, well, your food is a drug. When you're eating your spinach, the spinach has vitamins and minerals in it that are drugs, chemical compounds. Sobriety is an illusion, right? We work with what we have. We see what makes us feel good. We're connected to everything. See, separation is an illusion. Sobriety is an ego trip. Sobriety is your ego trying to convince you you're separate. You're this human entity and you're separate from all other life forms. That's what sobriety is. It's a fucking ego trip. It's an ego trip. No, you're not separate. You're everything and everything is you. So we use these plants, we use these herbs, we use these medicines in which, you know, marijuana is a naturally growing medicine. It's a naturally growing herb. You know, it doesn't need to be synthesized in labs and shit. So, you know, if it makes you feel good, if that certain herb known as marijuana, ganja, makes you feel good, makes you feel more productive, aligns you with your life purpose, aligns you with your mission in life, you know, makes you stronger in the gym, right? Then I don't see why you should be asking me or anybody else for our own version of truth, really. It's like, no, that's your own version of truth. Trust it. And if you want to see which is true, you get off of it. You see how you feel, and then if you feel like I want to go back on it again, then go back on it again. You know, I like eating kale and spinach because they're really good for you. You know, I don't see why I should stop eating them. You know, maybe I can get my vitamins and minerals other way, but I don't see why I should stop eating them. You know, it's like, this is earth, this is what's given me, and it's good. And I like blueberries too. I don't see why I should stop eating blueberries. They have a lot of antioxidants, drugs. So, yeah, my version of truth, my own subjective experience is weed doesn't align me with my life purpose. How is that? It just doesn't feel good inside. My soul, my consciousness is like, no, dude, like, get off that shit. You know, my consciousness tells me, get off that shit, you know? And I have a friend who was, you know, a pothead. He had a mushroom trip, and the mushroom told him stop smoking marijuana. And since then he hasn't had any marijuana, right? And on the other hand, again, like, you know, one of my role models, Joe Rogan, he's high all the time. And he's successful, he's productive as fuck, he's athletic as fuck. Like, he's got it all, right? So it's like, that's his truth. What is your truth? What is your subjective experience? And what I want to take out of this video before I finish it is we have all been brainwashed since we were kids to trust institutions and authority figures to give us their version of truth. And we stopped trusting the truth that is within us. And this starts with childhood. Your parents are authority figures. They tell you what to do. They give you their truth, their religion, their beliefs, their ideas about the world. And you take it from them. They're authority figures in your life. And then you go to the school system. Here is another authority figure. And it's another institution. And you take your truth from that institution. Never trusting what's going on here, because this is the only true thing as far as your own subjective experience goes. So that's the moral of the video. That's the moral of the story. Hopefully this helps you not just with deciding if you want to stop smoking weed, but also with everything else in your life. Try it out. How am I feeling? Trust that. God bless you all. I love every single one of you guys, but don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.